Hello everyone and welcome back to City Skylines, the 1 hour a day build with me, your host and insane mayor, Zerberus. So, those of you that have been watching the past few days have seen them undergo a massive change. Almost all of our high density is now gone. And we've only started building first high density back in here again. So, let's continue with that. But before we do, I'll grab a sip. Cheers. There, move that pillow. So, we're obviously still getting residential demand. Because, yeah, a lot of people still want to move back in. And I just actually noticed before I started the stream that this residential area is actually already almost out to here. So they're definitely going to want their own train station somewhere in here. We may even possibly put that in here. That might not be a bad spot. Although we have a waste transfer facility in there, so that might be an issue. Then again, we can also run that off the university over here. Actually, that's close enough. We may put one over here, so maybe this will be a little bit of commercial. So, but exactly, let's start the map, and just because we haven't done it for a while. Ah, yes, the altering of the terrain height here has almost completely removed a lot of that spiking. In some places it seems to have made it a little bit worse though. This doesn't go all the way down to 0, does it? Oh yes it does. In a few very, very small places it does. So just very, very, very lightly. It actually doesn't go down to 0. So once again we're gonna have some light flooding eventually this episode. That seems to be a recurring topic. Exactly, just pause the game quick. I think that this went all the way down to 0 is also part of the problem here. I mean, again, we're not really dependent on power from that dam, I don't think. Nah, not really. So while that's going to cause a little bit of flooding, I think we should actually be safe. Especially like next episode, or well, depending on when we ever get on when I do multiple episodes after each other, because those are going to be the times then when some of this manages to dry out in between these. But yeah, a lot of it's going out towards the sides, so I think we should still be safe. And what I'm also considering is whether or not we want to give them more residential. Just so it's easier for people to come out here to work, and I'm thinking we may just want to extend the highway up here. And you know what? Yeah. Just so that we can finally get that forestry industry running and have more actual things to do, we're going to do exactly that. Sorry about you not being able to get over anymore, but you chose the wrong road, my friend. Probably could have waited for him. You know what? We will. No, he did. He U-turned anyway. Okay. That was kind of pointless. We do want the curve tool. We are going to terminate this highway up in here somewhere. I think what we'll actually do. Right now, this is still a highway. That's actually going to change. So what we'll do up here, this will actually be the center of town, or the center of that settlement, so to speak. What am I looking for now? Exactly. That meaning this will actually be a 6-lane one-way road. Bit of a sharp turn. See if we can't make that look a little better. But then we're gonna have to drag this down a little bit, and this. But that just gives us like an area to build a little commercial enclave off of, or services might even be a better idea. And we don't even really need much in the way cross lines in here. We'll actually just go for a single. Oh, and now we can let the map run again, of course. I think that'll work. And then we'll put some residential off both sides of this, starting on this side. Actually just extend that road out. We'll remove this cul-de-sac. We'll also change the time of day. Medium roads, that's what we want, exactly. Did we delete too far? Or yeah, we did. Oops. We're getting space already occupied because that's historical buildings in there. They won't be a concern all too much longer. And then we'll just toss in a highway ramp that connects up here. Add one that connects out here from, say, there-ish. And actually, they'll also have one that goes over top. Oh, Anarchy's on. Oh, but that'll still work actually just fine. And then we'll do the same over here. We can only get that over there straight. That's not too bad. Not anywhere near as bad as it says it is. And again, it's a highway off-ramp, so it shouldn't actually be too much of an issue. And we'll turn that into a 2-lane highway then on the way in. Oh. everything run again. Turn off anarchy again. That's why. Because we didn't actually have a road tool selected. Here we'll just have the cul-de-sacs coming off directly. Maybe even have something like services up there. Here. Come around like this. I'll actually connect those two up. And we might be able to get a little more space in here. Although that's actually a bit of a sharp hill. Let's see what we can do. Both too steep and space already occupied, so. Oh, but it will take it from there, so. We'll just go there. I still think it's kind of hilarious that the cul-de-sacs are saved under intersections, though, in the road selection, because the cul-de-sac is, again, kind of like the antithesis of an intersection. Yeah, I think that should work nicely. Do we still have the day? Oh, that's why, because we didn't set the speed. I was just wondering, why is it becoming night again? Because we actually only set the time and not the day-night cycle itself. And now more cul-de-sacking. Yeah, just add that up in there. Maybe path over here. There and there. Those outsidest ones are probably going to be better served as commercial zones. At least part of them. Let's see where, if at all, we can get someone on there. Probably none over in that direction. Probably not going to be able to go outside. Get one in there. All of that other stuff was not too, it was too steep, but that's not? Are you kidding me? Is there any zoning around that? Probably not usable zoning, but... Well, actually, there does actually seem to be some usable zoning around it. We'll just see what happens. Where were we? Exactly, we were putting in cul-de-sacs. Oh, wait a sec, if all the cul-de-sacs are coming in off of that side, does this road even have a reason to exist? Oh yeah, we can put some in here. 1 or 2, maybe. There, that's where we want it. Can we maybe get a medium in here? Yes, we can.
Last year, Horse Economy 3 smashed PC sales records and took the industry by storm.
Of where this
now
is going to wind up
Equine Economic Simulator has a new expansion that delves into the cutthroat world of real estate. Horse Economy 3, stable markets. Can you work your way from lowly horse
Those are
to
also
be the
too
head
large
of
here,
a
so
major
we'll go
real
with
estate
the
empire? Can you spin your
L
holdings into a
size.
billion-dollar conglomerate? Can you work your way under the fence and out of your pen and onto your life as a property mogul? Spreadsheets have never been hotter. Pre-order now and get a free horse hat. Horse Economy 3, stable markets. Buy low, sell hay.
Sell hay, arg.
Hey there, friends. Today I've been thinking about weather. That cozy feeling you get when the world outside is softened by rain, and all the sounds just blur together under the gentle drumming of the clouds.
We don't want to put one right on
That's
there.
what we're all about here at the Deep Focus channel. But you know, sometimes
That's just
you
going
can
to
get
cause
lost
horrendous traffic issues if we do.
Stay inside and hide from the gray skies. To all of you out there caught in the rain, remember you'll have fresh growth.
Put one in there. Another one in there. One in there. And then just 2 here off the very tip. That should work reasonably well as an expansion to this residential zone, so let's see what the story is on services. They're going to need a small clinic. Well, they can use a small clinic up on this road anyway, so that's not a major problem. We'll just drop that, I don't know, here. And then it'll also help serve them a little bit. Do the same over here. And over here. That should sort them for clinics. Put that in there. And a second one over here. Oh, you know what? Here we won't go with a mortuary. Here we'll actually go with a cemetery. And use that as kind of a park. No, we don't have the space for it, so we'll go with a mortuary. Okay. We tried. We failed. Trash services are reasonable up here. Yeah, they're just fine. Shouldn't be anyone getting major problems. Oh, then... Hiya. Put a spot in there that it would go. There. And we'll... Can we use a smaller one? Is that going to be big enough? Smaller one's going to have problems with coverage on the extremes of both sides, so we'll just go with the large one here. That should cover everything. And as usual, we'll do the same with police. Right next to or across from the fire department. This is mostly going to be commercial anyway, that's probably a good move. And yeah, once again, they're going to want schooling. We'll just give them their own little elementary school up in here. Because we're nice like that. In fact, no, we'll take that down here so we get some coverage for them as well. Will it fit in there? Yeah, it'll just barely fit in there. Because it starts putting that over there. And one there, and then just one more in there. And we'll actually even give them 2 high schools. One right here. And back here we won't actually go with a high school, but we'll go with a Institute of Creative Arts. That's a little bit smaller. We'll put it right there where it doesn't destroy quite as much of our zoning. We may have to smooth the terrain. Well, may is a good word. Probably going to wind up smoothing the terrain quite a bit out here once some of this has come in. But yeah, as far as basic services go, we still need mail. That's probably going to be the easy one. Yeah, mail is the easy one. Just instantly covers just about everything except up here. And now we can extend this district and make it into a legitimate little town. And that'll actually give us the opportunity, if we want, to slightly expand our high density in here as well. So we know that's already set for the proper commercial specialization, so we'll just drop in a little commercial nook back in here. And there's commercial up in there as well. So that should work fine. Yeah. And now we can zone the rest. Well, actually we want to zone right here up next to the highway. That can also all be commercial. Nobody really likes to live right next to the highway for the most part, although with this low density it's probably not actually that bad, so we're just going to take that out again. And grab our big marquee tool. And we have now just created a new residential area with some commercial. That's probably also just going to go flying in. And then we'll add some parks and things in here, because that's obviously something that they're now absolutely starving for. They don't have any at all. We may not be able to get a big park in anywhere, except maybe might be able to get it in here. Nope. So we'll go with the parks with trees. We should be able to get those in, for the most part, reasonably well. Can't anarchy it in, then the problem is not that the space is already occupied, but then it's actually then usually a legitimate complaint, so to speak. That's a little bit close to that one, but forgive us once we put in like a few doggy parks and things like that. Maybe a tea garden for a change again. What's that? We'll put a tropical garden over here somewhere ish. Maybe we won't. Well, does that have enough to go up there? No, we'll put that up there, actually. And then we'll put a doggy park up in here somewhere. And we will right in a place where somebody's already moved in. I think for the most part they should be sorted now as far as they're missing water. Well, obviously we didn't extend the pipe quite far enough. Alright, we'll just extend over here. Just in case we expand in there a little bit more. It's not out of the question. We have positive income again and everything. Everything's starting to work just fine. And it definitely took long enough, so... Why did we set those to offices? Oh, it doesn't matter. So now the question is, do we want to expand our high density a little bit? And if so, how? Thinking we're actually going to want to cut it out in here. Despite having very recently only putting it in on that side. But really, I don't like the way that looks. So we're actually going to go and this district up to here. And just rezone this high density in here as low density. If we can find the right brush. So now... oh, that's right. They have... What we need to do, we need to place a high-rise ban in here again if we're going to expand that. Otherwise, anything that we build off of that... In fact, exactly, we'll take this chunk as well. That's probably going to be exactly where we want to go. Let's get some high density that's overlooking everything, so to speak. And obviously make sure we get the right ones. Because it doesn't do us any good. It wouldn't have done us any good to knock those out. And you know what? Expand the district over to take these cul-de-sacs as well. Oh, I've got the game plot. Oh yeah, because we're drawing in residential zoning and we don't want to get the half width and everything stuff as a result of having not gone far enough, so to speak. And so then what do we do before we actually finish zoning? We just turn it. We just turn the game back on. Which completely invalidates everything I just said. Just like yesterday when I said, yeah, I have nothing else, we'll use the move. We'll turn the... Just like yesterday when I said we'll turn the move it back on and then mod back on, and then like half an hour later I realized we never actually turned that back on and we still made it back to income positive. Hopefully, that will be enough people to get Autumn Forest products running properly again. Because we need 350 for the next level. We still have 615 businesses without workers. For the most part, that's still to be expected. We're about a half an hour into the stream, so the water should be somewhere around here-ish, I think. The initial flood wave doesn't seem to have made its way back over here yet, or it's not causing a problem, one or the other. Kind of hoping it's number 2. This business park, exactly, this was all set up. This residential is coming in, just not coming in fast enough. We may... What is that? Oh, that's the boat museum. Oh, because that's right, because this used to be a commercial zone. What's the story with noise on that? I don't think it's going to be too bad. Could be worse. Could be better. Oh, wait a sec. This is a commercial area anyway, so it doesn't matter. That's right. This is where the residential zone is. Home of the stuff store. Yeah, okay. But that's really way, way, way too close to residential zoning. At least for that type of commercial building. These organic and local produce buildings, they're not the problem. A little stack of hotels actually doesn't look too bad. So... Oh, that's just buildings bulldozing themselves and things like that. Traffic overall is probably still fine for the most part. As usual, we have some hot spots, but nothing that's killing us. And a lot of this is just also a result of the rezoning activities that we've done. That, for example, might be a problem in the long run. Then again, we can probably solve that with some public transport. Oh, I found the water. Not quite sure how it got in there. Now I am. This is so low right here that it can actually flow in here. So we're going to have to move basically everything in here up a little bit so that we don't get that running in there every time. So we'll grab our move it mod, all of this. Including that node. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should hopefully be high enough for the water not to be able to get up there. Yeah, it's already come. Some of it's already coming back, so the question is just where that wave went, and yeah, some of it actually wound up over here. It's surprising it was even able to get up there, but okay. Yeah, now it's just slowly flowing through. It's going out by itself too, so. Okay, that's running. Oops, sorry about that. So busy setting things up. I once again forgot the chat. And hello, Skystorm NZ. Welcome to the channel. Again, really sorry. I watched the chat on my cell phone and it has an auto screen timeout every 30 minutes. So, really sorry if I didn't answer in a timely fashion. So, exactly, what was the next project we need to work on? Well, we do still need a farming industry. And right now it's really primarily about this forestry industry. Well, we got another 5 workers. We're slowly getting there. Not anywhere near as fast as we'd like to. Do we want to add a little commercial zone? Yo, I know what we'll put in there. Will that work? Will that look nice? We put that way in back there. Should still be visible even from out here. I think that's what we're gonna... Either there or on one of these hilltops. My thought specifically is here, the Cathedral of... Where is it? Cathedral of Plentitude. Because that's... We can easily get that in there if we knock out one of those roads. And move that over. Question is just, will that... Yeah, we'll just make that like its own park area back in here, just specifically just for that. And what we'll do, we'll create a... In fact, for that, we'll actually go with one of our pedestrian boardwalks. Throw that right there. Because again, at night we should actually even be able to see that from the coast. We can actually see it from the coast during the day if we know where we're looking. Wow. Yeah, we can... I don't know if you can still... Thanks. I don't know if you can still see it in 720p, but on 1080 I can see it and I can actually even still click on it. So... I think that's exactly what we're gonna go with, and then we're just gonna add a little park around it. Maybe some light commercial.
We are the law. Accountant. The law accounting. I know what
Slope
you're
too
thinking.
steep.
Are we lawyers? Are we accountants? Well, it's a
At least that
complicated
made that
question,
easy.
probably requiring the services of a lawyer and an accountant. Is that us?
Exactly.
What do you think? Seems to me that there's a lot of you out there who might need the use of the law accounting, but that's
All
not
that
legal
around the
advice.
cathedral,
That's
the Kent
life
district.
advice. In fact, we're legally barred from providing legal advice. The law accounting. Officially
Once again,
unlicensed since
go with
2005.
low density.
At Akio, we've been making the best of mobile phones
I
for
think
over
we'll
20
add some
years.
public transport that
How did
goes
we
back
get
in
there?
up here. Just so that people
By
can
putting
get to it more
ringtones in every
easily.
commercial that make you think your phone is ringing. Whether you have a new phone,
We don't want
an old
anything
phone,
there.
or just leave it on vibrate.
And that
we make
actually
sure
needs
you
a
always hear your phone in our
specialization. As
commercials.
usual, we want to set
It's
that to
our way of
organic
saying,
and
we hear
local.
you. So don't be
Just keep
silent
it down
when
so it doesn't
opportunity
block
calls,
our
pick
view
it
of the
up.
cathedral.
It's for you. Akio Mobile.
And now, where are our trees?
Deep thoughts thought of the day is that you should leave that dial where it is. Welcome.
Yeah, no,
to
that's
the
not
Deep
gonna work.
Focus channel.
At least not with that brush strength. It's just flat out not gonna work. Well, then again, actually it will for the way we want to do this. And we'll add some of these as well. Now the cathedral's basically just up completely by its lonesome, and I'm thinking we're probably eventually going to put a metro line in there. In fact, maybe switch this out for a city station with a metro station, and just connect the metro line up. That might be the best way to play that. That said, I mean, this is directly, almost directly connected to the highway, so yeah, traffic connections aren't really an issue. We're still going to go in with our one size brush and just give ourselves a nice line directly around the cathedral. Maybe too many. Might have slightly overdone it. still get away with this. And we'll just drop a fence around the whole thing. And a few walking paths. Maybe put some planters or something around it. We'll take a look into that later. Actually, that's not the path we wanted. We actually do very specifically want one of the park paths with the trees on it. And we'll take that tool and turn our anarchy off to set anarchy to stun, basically. Base already occupied, so then we'll come in off of here. There, and this one will take off of here. Just connect the corners out to the side. That looks just fine for the most part. I've got a bit of a vertical climb to get out here, but yeah, so we'll get rid of that. I mean, Cathedral of Plentitude, Sherpex launch is a completely different place. We're going to do that later. Probably not today, but we will eventually put one of those in as well. Yeah, now we want to fence this area off a little bit. Actually, first we want to knock out that traffic light and set up our turning lanes. Turning lanes can be set up everywhere, as can traffic lights. That should be the only one in there. And now we bump those up to 4 lanes quick on each side. You know what, we're gonna want to pull this one up a little bit. This node. And then it should cause us a bit less grief. We can actually pull this one down a little bit as well. And let it also cause a bit less grief. There. Now we set merging lanes here. In fact, that's something we also still need to do to these highway connections. Let's just get that while we're at it. And since these are once again merging, we set those up like that. Now we can let things run again, give them some water. Is it flowing? it's flowing. Again, that's just going to look nice at night, just being back out there completely alone by itself. And the way it is, it's also like a semi-reasonable park. Oh, that's right, we wanted to put in fencing. Still a little bit undecided. You know what? Wait a second. What we'll actually do, since we're at it, this is where things are going to get a little bit ugly. We don't want... you know what? Screw it. We can move those 2 trees. That's not really going to make a difference. So the reason we did that is so it doesn't screw our line. Because if we just delete the station, I think it might throw out our train line, and that's not necessarily what we want. Building must be placed roadside. This isn't roadside, or what? Oh, do we still have, like, snapping and everything off? Is that what's going on? Yeah. That could totally be that. No, has nothing to do with that. Interesting, interesting, interesting. We have to draw this road in new. We can do that, that's not a problem. In fact, you know what? We'll actually destroy that structure. And see what happens if we can't put it in roadside now. Yeah, that was the problem with us. Still trying to work with the old station. Which is obviously not going to work. And now we also need to cut these back just a hair. Because this is just a wee bit wider. Use our guidelines. Cut that back. Train tracks, exactly. Now train lines. I'm probably going to... Oh, that line is now completely damaged. Is that what's going on? I actually just wanted to look at it. Yeah, so we'll delete that line. Just straight up. And just draw it in new. Oh yeah, wrong train station. And that will give us the metro then that we need. In fact, we may even go with the metro up to here and through this commercial area as well. In fact, we put the metro stop right across the road from it. Or across that zonable promenade or whatever they call it. So then we will put another metro stop in Cathedral's over there. That line's gonna have to snake back here. Thinking over there. And over. Where's their commercial again? Only right up here on the side. They also have a botanical garden in there. Haha, that might be a good place. Knock this out, maybe. See if we can't get the metro station in right there. In fact, that direction isn't actually that bad. So now this needs to become commercial as well. Because again, metro station will be a little bit loud, and we don't really want to deal with the noise complaints. So, where are we headed now? Oh, that went in surprisingly easily. Almost like it was supposed to go in there. Three, 4, 5, 6, and complete. Doesn't really do all that much in the way of providing more workers, but I do actually think that should still help people get around anyway. Yeah, we've already got the first people running down into the metro station, and it's been in there for... Uh-oh. I get a feeling that metro station is going to become interesting very, very fast. So actually, exactly while we're at it, we'll name those new lines. Central to Forest. Hit return. COP for Cathedral of Purity, or Plentitude, whatever it's called. It'll be interesting to see how many people wind up coming out here and using this like nuts. As far as commercial goes, nothing's actually happening back there yet. In fact, we may not even want anything commercial to happen back there. We'll actually leave that out completely. And just leave that as something our citizens built, so to speak. So, okay, yeah, that metro line is... looks like it's already getting heavily used. Yep. They are just running in, aren't they? That's good. 1 passenger. Yeah, that number's gonna go up. 6 stops, 2 vehicles, 1 passenger. I think the amount of trains is actually going to be okay. Just considering, one, how short this line is, and that it really is just like up here where there aren't that many people yet overall. That said, we now of course run the risk of people using trains to come out here and then just jumping in the metro and flipping over there. But again, that improved public transport should also improve. That's what we're looking for. 126. We're trying, we're just not getting... What happened here? I'm fairly certain that was not originally that high. Like 200%. So let's pull it back down to a much more reasonable height. Like here. Oh, and I see that's actually also kind of built on the same way. So that road was actually the problem, okay. We actually also want to use the move it mod on this now as well. Bring that down a little bit closer. And so we'll just use the smooth tool back in here. Cut back some of that harsh mountainside. A little bit stronger. Just so they didn't like basically cut a chunk out of a cliff to build this. And now it's up next to the mountain. That looks much more reasonable. In fact, we could just totally pull this down a significant amount. And we pull this, and this down. Yeah, now that road also looks much more reasonable. It's going kind of like through this little mountain. Makes that look much better. Maybe that was actually the problem, that some of this couldn't actually get served properly, but I don't think it was. The terrain back here. When did that happen? I mean, we did have an issue with terrain just suddenly completely breaking last episode, where this entire area just, yeah, basically became like a large blue eyesore. I'm actually kind of glad that's done. Still not too happy about the way that tunnel looks, but that we're just gonna have to live with. The rest is for the most part okay. Their expansion in here is probably done for the most part. Yeah, there's not much more we can get out of that. Although, let's see what the story is with noise and stuff like that. Maybe we can still get some distance out here. Now we can actually take most of this, now that I look at it. So where's our zoning brush? Our zoning brush. No, sorry, not our zoning brush, our district brush. That's why it wasn't answering my commands. I was giving the wrong ones. But until here, we can definitely still go. Don't want to go past that, though. We probably don't even want to go to that. I think we'll want... In fact, you know what? I know how we'll do this. That'll be commercial. That little chunk in there. And I think that should solve that. And now we can turn this into another little residential district. That said, we're going to want to add our walking paths first. And to do that, of course, we want to turn everything off.
At the Old Grain Mill, old-fashioned family restaurant. At the Old Grain Mill always has the best service and the best home-style meals in town. We'll make sure you always leave at the Old Grain Mill with a smile.
That's almost too short
and
to
a
exist,
full
but
belly.
it does.
Now, be sure that you come down to At the Old Grain Mill, old-fashioned family restaurant, and not the abandoned grain facility at the edge of town. It's not
and the
safe
rest of
for
this
visitors
now.
and poses serious risks to anyone who
Wait a
dares
sec. Woodhills?
enter
Yeah,
that
that's right.
old
They still have a
mill.
high-rise
Forced
ban
to
in there.
close
That's
down
good.
years
They can
ago.
keep
We
that
ordered
high-rise
our
ban.
sign and uniforms before
We definitely want
learned
to
of
keep
the
that high-rise
existence of
ban,
that
at least for the
dangerous
time
old
being.
flour mill, so we are not responsible for what happened there on that awful night. We just want to focus on making great meals every night.
Finish this up.
At the Old Grain Mill, old-fashioned family restaurant. At the Old Grain Mill, from our family to yours.
Oh, what's the story with parks and things like
Coffee,
that?
fuel of the modern
For the most
economy.
part, most of this should be
The
sorted. I think we
age-old
can probably
Italian
just
tradition
get
of
by with
burning
like one
beans
big
and
park in
drinking
here
the
and be
bitter
done with it.
bean juice. At Burn Bean Coffee, our environment is perfect for all of your work needs. There's
Maybe a
no
large
better place to
playground
be
over here
distracted
somewhere.
than the Burn Bean
Yeah, exactly.
Coffee Shop
Sponsored
and
by the
Cafe.
Umbrella
Our
Corporation.
coffee technicians are trained to make a variety of coffees and sugary coffee-themed drinks just as you like it, all while generally making more noise than anyone could reasonably ignore. So drink up and let the productivity flow. Sippy
Now
sip
this is just
coffee
gonna go
fans,
smashing in.
Burn bean coffee. Get it while it's hot. Due to recent court actions, we are required to warn against the drinking of hot coffee.
Hey there,
They're
friends.
just building
Today
right
I've
on,
been thinking about weather.
right out here on their driveway, aren't they?
The world outside is softened by rain.
Yeah, we may want to
Together under the gentle drumming of the clouds.
unzone some of that.
That's what we're all about here at the Deep Focus channel. But you know, sometimes you can get lost in that kind of thing. Stay inside and hide from the gray skies. To all of you out there caught in the rain,
I have the other stuff on the back side, but
before too long.
not out here in the front yard, basically. And now, the residential's coming in. What is that? Oh, that's the back side of that. Okay, for a second there I thought that was a completely new design that I'd never seen before. And there was recently a patch for the game, so that wouldn't even be completely out of the question. Would be surprising, but not out of the question. I'll just fill this in using this mini tool exactly. I'm probably gonna eventually tear this out or significantly revisit it. In fact, we still need to put another one in here so that we still have the expansion potential we need. So, ground pollution isn't too much of a problem, just slight around the treatment facilities. Noise pollution, however, that's a bigger issue. So, what we'll actually do... How far did that district go? Went actually right up to here. Then we'll just actually convert this to high-density residential as well, as soon as we can figure out which of these brushes is the one we want to use. Say up to there. And the rest of this can and will probably be... we can actually go all the way into here with residential. Did we not pass that? Oh, that's a fail. There. And we'll put some on the back of the Umbrella Corporation as well. We won't make the mistake of zoning in front of it again. So then all of this on the side can actually now become part of that district as well. Chester Square, what commercial specialization do they have? They don't have one. We're going to change that to organic and local. Because they're not so worried about noise and pollution. And just fit that in right over here. Do we want a mini district out here with like a normal commercial zone? No, I don't think we necessarily want to. Then again, it's not a bad idea either. Yeah, that's what we'll do. This will be its own mini district. At least for the time being, mini district. And that's where we'll actually put traditional commercial. basically something right between these two as far as height goes. Don't know for a fact if anything's actually ever going to come in, but... And we are now definitely doing cash flow positive. Because I remember we started the stream at like 6 million something. And that's actually a really, really good spot for us to stop our development for today, because we are about 10 minutes over time. So let's just watch this come in. I'll grab a quick sip of whiskey cola. Yeah, that's looking nice. I think that's looking nice. We probably could have put all of this somewhere else, but I actually kind of like where it is. Although we may, you know what, we're actually still going to put commercial in here. Just doesn't look right with the residential buildings back in there. Commercial looks more like it's supposed to be there. Yeah, it looks much better. That will cut that back a little bit, just so they don't really encroach on the Umbrella Corporation. Well, actually, they can. That one shop there on the corner really isn't a problem either. In fact, exactly, we'll put like a corner shop there. See what comes in that one plot of zoning here. I'm hoping for like a kiosk, a magazine stand, something like that. And there goes the Twitch chat. And that is really a problem with having to swipe up and down every 30 minutes. Oh yeah. So what did we get? Eco-friendly shop. Well, they have solar on the roof, so they can't be that bad. And it actually does look like more like a kiosk or something like the magazine stand. Basically exactly what we wanted to put there. And now the rest of this just has to come back in. As we can see here, they're already doing that. While our, exactly, back here they're already as good as done. This commercial's also come in now. Just a normal little row of larger shops. These people actually have somewhere to spend their money other than the amusement park. Which is now, once again, finally making us a somewhat reasonable amount of money. Nowhere near as much as we want to, but definitely more than zero. So yeah, I think that's a good spot for us to start. We still have this that we can fill in. How are they actually doing for workers now that we're at it? Well, most of the zoned industry has taken itself out, but otherwise, for the most part, it does still seem to be running. I could still probably pull this down a little bit, although I do kind of like having that raised up that way. Just really don't like this texture here. Let's see what we can do about that tomorrow, day after. Next episode, essentially. But other than that, yeah, everything seems to be starting to work much better. They're up to 136 workers. Excellent. When they finally hit 150, then they'll have enough workers for this milestone. Not the second one, not the one we're actually working on, the first one, the one that we actually have. So, yeah. Slowly but surely, this is all getting somewhere. So yeah, I think, again, this is going to be a good spot for us to end the stream for today. I hope to see all you guys next episode. If you enjoyed what you've seen, please feel free, of course, to like and subscribe on YouTube or to follow me on Twitch. That said, just general warning, if my math is right, Twitch right now we're not actually doing Cities Skylines for the simple reason that World of Warcraft Shadowlands has been out for a few days, and give me a week or so, and then I'll get back to city building. But again, YouTube, we still have the daily uploads, so I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. You guys have been great. I've been Zerb, and yeah, see you then. Cheers. Didn't want to do that. We did kind of want to end somewhere where we could see some of what we've done. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Cheers.